welcome to today's episode of Spice and Nice.
I am Amanda Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. And today we're going to talk about one of our favorite topics. How much vulnerability is enough? But then, we always talk about being authentic and vulnerable.
Yep.
But I think there's a stage where it becomes too vulnerable.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes, whether it's friends or business. How much do you think is enough for friends? Or how do you decide how much vulnerability to display or put yourself in?
I still think that we should continue be vulnerable and be truthful to ourselves. But you need to box it with different people. Then you need to be vulnerable with different things. You can't be vulnerable the same thing with the same people.
Like you need to kind of categorize.
Correct.
Like this
It's
is 50% vulnerability.
I don't think it's 50%, but the conversation we're talking about vulnerability that we want to talk about. For example, if I'm with you, I will be vulnerable. Different story with me and my kid. Does that make sense? Because it's a certain thing in life the kid have not experienced or go through yet.
There's no point.
Like, you already know from day one if you're going to share. For example, you have failure in business. How do you going to sit down with your kid and vulnerable about? I just lost $3 million because of you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
the kid has no context or understanding.
Correct. They don't have the knowledge, the depth, the experience to hold space for you, to understand the conversation you have, and at the same time, you make them sometimes can blame themselves that maybe it's my fault. That's why my family go through all this situation. So I think I right now I would say I would vulnerable. I will have a lot of things in life that vulnerable. With different group of people, the vulnerability will be the conversation with different things. You know who you need to share and where to share and how to share and who you can really take back the conversation as well. For example, if someone come to me and vulnerable about my husband is take care of me too well, and because of that I feel depressed because I don't know what to do with my life. It's the wrong person for you to be vulnerable about that conversation. You should vulnerable that conversation with a lady who have struggling the same thing like you. Yeah, I know, right? My husband is the same. How
I have nothing to do.
I have nothing to do.
I'm so bored.
Exactly. Because for me that will be you know what I mean? Like it's
For you, that
wrong.
will be the opposite of what you're going to.
I'm not make joke. That's also a real issue, by the way. It's really like when somebody take care of you too well, you may feel you don't know what to do.
Like you may feel you are bored and no purpose in life.
Yeah.
Like what do I existing for?
Yeah, that's right. So it go back to like how much vulnerable is enough. I don't think what is enough, but I think more like the vulnerable you're going to book conversation is who and what kind of vulnerable you want to willing to let them hear.
Like what topics are you vulnerable about?
Yeah.
Like I have friends that actually I agree because last time when I was younger, I am like an open book. Really, one look at my face, you know what I'm thinking, you know what I'm feeling. And I used to advocate for that. Means I would say like, we should all be like that. We should all be as transparent as, because I want other people to be transparent, so I know if the person is upset with me, I would prefer that person just tell me straight up. I'm upset with you because you did this. I'm like, okay, what can I do to make it better? Right?
Yeah.
That's my character. But some people it's not like that. Then I realized that because of my transparency, um, it made me, people will sometimes use it against me. And secondly, it made me look like I have very low EQ.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, just say lah, but then certain situations, certain people, it's not suitable for those kind of conversations. And that's something I have to learn the hard way by losing friends along the way. Sometimes at work, losing respect also. Because you look like some idiot, right? Just going around, just saying whatever that comes to your mind. You need to have a certain kind of filter. Then after that, I learned that with different, like with Anne, maybe I will ask her about health recently, gut health specifically, right? She's a huge advocate of now. And then I will ask her about maybe self-development things. Like if I have doubts about myself or about business. If
Mm.
somebody comes to me with the opportunity, I mean, I've come to you before, right? With the opportunity, I'll be like, what do you, I mean, I have my own thoughts and other people have their own opinions as well, but she is a friend that I respect. So, and she has business experience. She has experience in being cheated in business also, of course, right? And succeeding in business also, of course. So then I'll ask her for opinion. What do you think about this? This are the terms and conditions that you want to talk about. Do you think it's a good idea or not a good idea?
Yeah.
Right. So these are the things that I think vulnerability is something that is very talked about nowadays, right? We have to be real, we have to be authentic, vulnerable, etc. But
Yeah.
you have to decide who you are going to be vulnerable with
Yeah.
and what are you going to be vulnerable with to them. Like for example, maybe for you and somebody else who has a kid, you will talk about Eva,
Yeah.
right? Because the person understands.
Yeah.
With me, you also talk about Eva because I'm a Sagittarius, you're Sagittarius, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you talk about like stress about the kid, go to school, all that, I wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about what you are vulnerable with as well. How did you how did you learn that with this kind of people you can be vulnerable about these kind of things?
I think we all actually don't need to learn about this. We're already pretty smart how we're handling people button about how you say something, how they react.
Okay.
Look at family is a one of example, right? You know, if you say this, your family will say this. You know, if you say this, your family will upset with you, so
The
you will
closer you
never
are,
say
right?
it.
The
Yeah.
closer you are, the
So
more
you
you
actually already train well from the moment you're born in this world. What triggered this person may not trigger this person, may make this person okay, may not make this person okay.
mm.
It did not mean like when I share with you something, it's triggered you, but I know it's not your interest.
Mm.
Is you know
Mm.
what I mean? Like if I'm going to talk about science and stuff like a nerd person, I also have to form it in a way that is fun when I share with the niece. But I will never talk so technical like how I sit with my mentor who are a scientist. Does that make sense for you?
Mm.
Because the term is different when you and if you know how to use the word well when communication, it actually can transfer the difficult to the simple for the next person next to you. So
Mm.
go back to the part that you're asking. I think we train well by that, right? I just come back from a trip. I haven't had a chance to talk to Denise, and for us, we love the podcast because also a chance for me to share with her a lot of things. So she know that my from the time I moved here to now, like 9 years, I haven't seen my family. I haven't seen my dad and his extended family. Is that correct? How
Mm.
I say it?
Extended
Yeah.
means like your grandfather, grandmother, and uncle, auntie, that's
Oh, okay. So I did not see my extended.
all. Mm.
I only visit my dad and stepmom, and I haven't seen them for 9 years. And I get it. You guys were like, you teach people so much about self development, and you don't even have a good relationship with your family. I agree, but at least I publicly tell people that I'm working on it, but it's still very hard.
Yeah.
But I can see myself change to be vulnerable with them. Is first of all, I'm willing to go back and visit them.
Mm.
Second, inside my heart, for a long, long time, I already forgive them, right? Forgive did not mean, hey, I forgive you, Denise.
Mm.
Let's be happy forever after this. Forgive is me in
Doesn't
my
work that
heart.
way.
I already know that they know what they know. They do their best. But when I go back, the first sentence that my dad would tell me is, why you so fat? Or like,
It's a trigger, right?
and then he straight away say, why your daughter so skinny? You know Asian thing, right? They want the kid to be
Round
chubby
round.
and big. I said, you eat all from your kid or what? Why are you so fat and why your kid? Because I used to be 49 kg and now I'm 59,
For
right?
Vietnamese, you're considered fat because I know
Yeah,
Vietnamese
I'm
women they like to be very very
correct.
slim,
So
not
for
strong,
so
slim.
for Vietnamese, you have to be a chopstick. It considered
Super
beautiful.
thin, super thin.
Yeah.
Preferably very little muscle,
For
right?
me, standard, I get it, you guys. You so damn hot. How can you say it's not beautiful? You see
Because
the standard.
Western world different.
Standard is different, right? So, but I'm not stand there and I'm not upset. I'm not saying, I'm travel so far to visit
And
you.
that's the first thing you say to me
And
after
that's the
nine
first thing,
years.
9 years of you seeing me. Like I don't see you for so long.
Mm.
like we don't even talk, and that's the first thing, like, so that's what I'm talking about. Forgive that even I know when I've been there,
That's what you're gonna get.
that's what will triggered me, but yet I'm still choose to be vulnerable with them. What I know is okay for them. For example, I know the Asian parent, they always want to know about study, how good you are in the top, like how successful you are, your
how much
friend,
money.
your money. That's it, right? So when I share with them all that, not mean I'm bragging about that. I'm vulnerable to tell them that's my life right now. Because I can be like, what do I need to tell you? I cannot share because all this is a sensitive thing, right? Talk about money, talk about your income, talk about all this. But they're Asian. They like to hear all this. And that's why I say you choose things. They already train you well for you to choose what conversation is going on. And I was there with my team, right? Because my team fly with me. And I think most of the people were shocked because they like, oh my god, a leader like you, but like you and your family, just nothing in common, like nothing, not because the energy, the look, the conversation, the mindset,
The vibe is all very different.
yeah. So for them, is they just shocking that how can be so extreme, and that's where the vulnerable come. That you let your team to see that as well, to let them know that if you're struggling with your family, you're not alone. That's it.
What I
It's
say is true.
yeah. I face the same thing.
Mm.
I face the same thing. And I don't know if one day if my family pass away, the problem will solve. But I know one thing for sure that in my heart, I forgive them. My daughter at least see the grandfather for the first time.
I think it's good.
Yeah. And I do what I have to do as a kid. I don't do, for me, it's like, how do you contribute to the society? At least I'm not a child that bring my family, like, you have to visit me in jail or
Jail
whatever, that's
or
true. That
bail you out.
correct. So I still think, and I don't ask them for help, and I don't ask for money. I don't
Mm.
ask anything else
Mm.
from them, right? And I'm thankful for that they give me with a healthy body, and that's it, right? And you may wish to have a better relationship with your family. Everybody wish that, so they can be vulnerable.
Mm.
But sometimes we tend to be stuck into that so long that we wait until the family understand us enough, then we can be vulnerable, then we can be sad, then we can, you don't understand my struggle. For me now, I understand my struggle. I understand their struggle. Even on that table when we have food together, a lot of things they say I'm not happy. A lot of things I say for them is
So weird.
you weird,
Ah,
right?
yeah.
But I know that I only see them for a few hours and that's it.
Mm.
Right? I'm not, if
Stay
I'm
with
there
them.
for a few days, that would be a different story. Or I'm there for a few months, then it's a different story. And that's make me easy to forgive and
Mm.
move on and be vulnerable. And how much I be vulnerable as well. That
Mm.
it's just enough to let them know that I'm good
You
and
are
I'm
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
And that's it. And I think that they always know that I'm being okay. They just,
Don't know how okay.
yeah. And they live in their own bubble. You see. They
Mm.
live in their own world where that's all they know, that's all they believe, and that's all they have. That to make them to teach a kid like me, I find it's suffering as well. Right?
Because you were very different even as a kid, right?
Yeah, I already are different as a kid. I'm still different as an adult.
Mm.
We're all different, but how extreme different you are is
Mm. So for them, with their with their bubble or with their limited knowledge, rather, it was. I think it was difficult for them also to deal with you, like, because it was so different.
yeah. And I
Mm.
ask too much. I'm too much curious.
You are those kind that but Asian parents don't like it. Asian
Yeah,
parents are like you should. There's a saying, children should be seen and not heard.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's Asian kids, and
I want to know too much
if you are
thing.
loud and you're like, why is this happening? Why is
Yeah,
the star so bright? Why is the sky so nighttime is so dark? Where did
yeah,
the sun go?
yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. They don't know the answers to those questions.
Correct.
So sometimes it can trigger them. And I think part of your vulnerability comes from you, like you said earlier, you going there, you knowing that they probably have not changed,
Yeah, they never
you
change.
knowing that they are going to say things to piss you off,
Yes,
but you still go anyway,
yes.
right?
And then you will have
You
there
have to
for
mentally prepare yourself, did
yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. I am. And then I'm there for whole day to listen all the negative things
I
that they
know.
have.
Oh my god.
But you know what's the Asian parents say, right? You know,
But it's their way of showing care for you.
that's
They
why I say
nag,
they
they
never
nag. Yeah, they
change.
never change. What did they say?
I mean, they never hear happy enough. But
You never
who am
enough.
I?
Like
Yeah.
if you give them $10, they're like, why you earn so little? Why cannot give me $100? Then you give them $100. They're like, how about $1,000? This is the kind of mentality we grew up with, and they don't come from a place of greed.
Yeah.
They come from a I want you to do better. So
Mm.
instead of giving you positive reinforcement, let me scold the shit out of you so that you can become better.
They also don't know how to.
They were brought up that way, lah. So they
They don't
also
know how to be positive themselves first.
yeah.
If we look at this way,
It was a rude
they
shock to my parents when I became positive. They will be like because 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 sometimes they will be
because
like
you see when I go back, the next thing they'll ask is like, when you marry again? Do you have any boyfriend?
they
Putting
always
the
ask that.
girl,
They always
putting the
ask,
girl, don't have father like that, cannot live like that. Find the husband again.
no need.
So, like I say, they never change. They've been themselves
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
village people.
Yeah.
That's all they think.
And that's all they know.
That's all they
They
know.
don't have access or to more information. I
Exactly.
think. Yeah. So that part
I
is
cannot
something that
ask
cannot
more.
be changed. And I feel like sometimes, right, this is also another lesson, right, where some people, no matter how much you wish that you were closer to them, for some relationships or some people, it is better to keep a distance.
Yeah.
And the distance actually makes a relationship better.
Yes.
Some people, if too close, it becomes very toxic.
Yeah.
But if you're at a distance, you find like, hey, it's like you say, you only stand for a few hours.
Yeah.
So oh, okay, I can be nice. It's okay. It's just 4 hours, 5 hours.
But for me, from young, I already know I'm not a part of family. I'm not trying to remove me out of it, but people like they say, people do not say. So if you walk into my dad's home, you will know it's in the house only one woman is the boss of the house. You will see the picture, the people decoration in the house represent what they think of. Right? In the photo, it's just my dad and my stepmom with the son, two sons, right? I never be at the picture of the family. Even the neighbor don't know I'm even exit and all that, right? So for me, and that's what from day one they want. I told you like when my dad married, they will hide me from the
They try to
in-law.
erase your existence.
Yeah,
I guess.
because for them, my dad married and mistake to have me is a shameful thing that their daughter have to, like. So I don't blame. Like I'm so aware that I have my own family now. If that makes sense for you, right?
Mm.
And it's very hard for a kid who like me. Now I'm adult. I'm so much stronger to can say it back. But it's so hard for the kid like me who want love the most, who have a lot of deep in love with relationship with people, and you know me. I have little relationship with everybody. Is my family, my good friend, whoever. I take care of them to the end. So it's very weird when people know me in person and they are part of my family right now and think that, oh my god, you come from a family that not loving you, right? It's very hard because it's so hard to believe, because people would think like you must be so nurturing of people to go out and love people that so much. But that's why the pain I go through the whole childhood now, it come back to make me understand, and how when I have my own family, I'm clearly know everything I do right now is the best thing I did for my own child. And the thing I do for people around me, this is the best thing. Like family for me no longer existed as you need to have the same
Just blood.
bloodline.
Yeah, just blood. So you
have
have a chosen family,
yeah,
not a blood family.
yeah. And it's hard to practice and it's hard to overcome, but I go there and I look at, I feel like I just visit another person's family. That's it. I did
You
not.
feel very separated somehow.
Yes, I am. And when I go there, I will tell my dad that do not invite any relative in. If not, I will never come back again. Right? Why I have the threatening until that? Because I know people in village, they're always about faith. They invite a lot of people, like sit down, and then you have to talk to the uncle that you hate the most, the auntie you hate the most, but you have zero chance to talk to your
The
real
people that you
dad.
want to talk
Yeah,
to.
so
Yeah.
at least I have a short conversation with him for a few hours with my stepmom, and that's it, right? For me, that's enough. And I know it's weird because in general, people go back, they have to be loud, have to invite so many people, many table of food, and my kid from overseas back and all that. But for me, I am not, right? I'm the kind of person that sit and have a quality conversation and let's see where. But I will laugh when I'm on the way back because I'm like, my dad never changed, right? Everybody never changed. I just feel
You are the one who changed.
I'm the one who changed the most, and I'm changed so much that last time when I'm eating and everything that my dad say would trigger me, like annoy the shit out of me. And now everything he say, I'm just laugh and I just deep and I eat.
It's
Right?
just like water.
Yeah, because my dad was drink a lot of alcohol. Right? He's alcoholic, and I used to like my face like this when I like, why you everyday
Can you stop
drinking? Can you
drinking?
stop
Yeah.
drinking? It's so annoying. 30+ year and you're not quit
You're an adult
drinking.
already. How come you
and
still do
and
this?
my dad drink lunch, dinner, like when alcoholic, they have to have
Alcohol.
alcohol every meal of the day, right? And it's fine. I'm fine. It's annoying for me. But now when I can sit next to him and I see him drinking and I don't feel annoyed and I'm just like, he live his life.
Mm.
Even he drink and you don't say that, wow, you don't love your dad enough to stop. I say, I love him enough to stop nagging and feel annoying. So for that few hour, at least
You
the
have a
memory I
good
have with
time.
him is we talk about other stuff and not his addiction, right? And I try my best many, 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 many years to tell him to quit drinking, and it's not working. So many way of trying, and it's not working. So he chose his life. That's it, right?
Mm.
And for me, I sit there and eating, and when he say all the thing is annoying me or he drinking annoying me that will damage his health and he getting old, and I still calm and smiling and eat and tell myself this is what he choose.
Mm.
It's already a vulnerable of maturity I have to myself. Even I tap myself in the shoulder, I say, oh my god, you never freaking go out,
Yeah, you're not triggered anymore.
you're not triggered anymore,
Woohoo!
it's hard.
Mm.
But yeah, I find age and real life experience did change you a lot. You rather appreciate your family more, or you forgive them, or you can be a negative side of the opposite of that. But no matter what, the vulnerable with the right person is still very important. Like now, I come back here, I have this conversation with you guys, with Denise about. That's why when she texts me, I'm like, I don't know how to tell her because it's nothing changed. My dad nothing changed. I think the only change is me.
Yeah, so I was curious about what went on for you.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, I had not expected your dad to change. I mean, to be frank, for a person to change, you need to put yourself in a different environment. First
that's
of
right.
all,
But you have
you
to go a lot of like, and also he in the age of he enjoy as much as he can, and then he leave his world,
yeah,
right?
his
So
time not much left. Because
yeah,
he's getting older, right? I
yeah,
mean, not in a mean way, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah. We
same for
all
all of us.
my dad already 60+. So
But he's still very healthy. I've seen photos of him before,
yeah,
and he doesn't look 60 plus, even with
yeah.
the copious amount of drinking that he does.
Oh, I think because we just live in village.
I know,
We
I
live in a
know. We
countryside
came to
where
that conclusion,
yeah,
right?
we
That's
come
why
to
he
that
not died.
conclusion. That's right.
If he drink that way that he does here,
And see, in city, I think he left because the food we eat in my hometown is very organic and very
basically it's take from the garden at
yeah,
the back, then you just put in the water or whatever, and then you
yeah,
eat it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So at least he still live in a good environment, so he can.
healthy
Or
environment.
maybe, or maybe his liver already gone, but it's not show the symptom yet. I don't know. I can't guarantee you guys because old people are having stubborn. They
They
won't.
will
They
not
won't.
want to go for check.
Yeah.
I think because of fear also. They
Yeah.
scared like if they really find something wrong, then how?
Yeah.
They need to fix it.
Yeah. With the amount of alcohol my dad drink, I don't know how his liver must be
Maybe it's a stone
genetically.
by now. The liver. I don't know, but anyway, I've heard stories and then he drinks a lot. But okay, the good thing is about the alcohol is distilled from the neighbor.
Yeah.
So it's also pure organic alcohol, if that helps. Organic, right? It's organic.
Yeah, organic.
It's organic. So because they live in a village, so basically it's like whatever you need, every house will sell something. Whatever
That's
you
right.
need.
That's right.
Yeah, I need alcohol. I go to the alcohol house to buy.
That's right.
And then if the alcohol house needs some vegetable, I have vegetable. They
Yeah.
buy from me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so this is how. So the alcohol is also organic.
Yeah.
So everything is organic. I think maybe it helps that way. I don't know. We
But
only
also
know.
the habit he have. My dad have a habit of drinking green tea every day. He drink tea.
So it's his beverage is either very healthy or very unhealthy.
Yeah. He always have a big pot of tea per day that he
Oh,
consume.
so you will drink tea or alcohol this too?
Morning he drink tea,
Afternoon onwards.
like 3 cup of tea. Then lunch he will drink alcohol, but he also drink tea. And then dinner he also drink alcohol, but he also drink tea before sleep. Basically, his whole day water is not drink water. He drink
It's
green tea.
alcohol and green tea.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's what
okay,
he
maybe
drink.
that helps.
Not recommended.
Not recommended.
But I'm
We're
just
saying
share-
that his diet is like
That's
that.
what his.
We are not advocating that this is working for a healthy life.
Yeah, I'm
This
just
is not
share
very,
how.
yeah. This is
I don't know yet. Maybe next years you already hear the different story that my dad was touched with, you know. But I'm just, yeah, just for now he's still
yeah.
okay.
But
Yeah.
he looks very young. Because if your
Yeah.
something is not working inside, sometimes it shows.
No,
Usually
it's,
it
his
shows.
hair is already gray. He just dyed.
My
it.
hair is also grey. I have
Did
so
you
many.
have?
Yeah, so many white hairs.
Oh, I
Can you
can't
see?
see. Oh, now I see.
Now you see, right? It's so many.
I didn't see it.
Look at this.
Guy, I did not even look.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Denise forever young.
I have only young inside the heart.
I know. But that's already help.
Yeah, I only young inside the heart. Then I complain. I have white hair because of stress. But now with Anne's detox center,
Yeah.
private detox. Okay, this is a running joke we have because Anne
We
is
should have that in a vulnerable state. Right now, let's talk about the vulnerable of my life right now. I want to complain with you guys about my vulnerable life. I just complained there at the dining table, but
she'll
now
complain about never enough.
I find it hard for me to go out nowadays.
I
And
know.
that's my vulnerable state of my life. I didn't realize that for the last 1.5 months, right? Because I'm just so focused on my nerd of studying
And working
and,
at home.
and working at home and fix my health until I'm start bring my backside and go out. And I realized that
What a disaster. It cannot. Can you imagine you go, example, Australia for holiday?
I
How
know.
gluten everywhere.
Oh my god.
How you going to cook rice in the morning and pack it, go out to eat?
Lucky Mara is healthy like me, so it's fine. But I'm saying she will eat whatever I eat.
Yeah.
So lucky I have someone who was
But
supporting.
she's older because so she starts
She-
to
yeah,
understand.
She already have that for the last many
She
years. So she
understands the
told me.
breaking down.
So she told me, welcome to my world. But you're a little bit young for this world, and I'm like, thanks for the compliment, okay? But yeah, it basically, like everything now I eat, I have to look at the label, and almost everything outside there, it cannot be that consumed.
In her current diet.
Right? And then you have to buy home and cook. Until you get off the fire, too long boiling. Sorry guys, so now even my hair wash is cooked.
Oh, you don't use shampoo anymore. Oh, because of the
No, I
chemicals
don't.
inside.
Yes, I know. You guys want to laugh about this. I love myself too. I just chop
You never knew,
turmeric.
right?
I just chop I just bound turmeric, turmeric and pepper. Think about it for a
For
second.
me to eat.
Yeah, that's my
That's
life.
why
right
you call
now.
it detox center. You know, I do only 50% of what you're doing. I think 30 to 50%. So I do the fasting part,
Yeah,
the dry fasting. Dry fasting not all day.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I have period, I have
Yeah.
headache, but I don't drink enough water, so I drink. And then the food wise, definitely not. I try to eat healthy, but not cook. I just boil vegetable and stir fry meat and whatever. Okay, and I realize what you mean. I'm only doing so little compared to what you're doing, and already very difficult for me.
yeah.
Yesterday, I wanted to go out to have noodles with my lovely husband. Okay? You know what
You
I
do
brought?
so like that, and you already. Can you imagine me?
I cannot imagine. You know what I bring out? I bring out a box of vegetable and a hard-boiled egg and chicken breast, and I
Yeah.
put with the noodle and eat. And everybody at the hawker center look at me like, this girl is crazy. Why she order noodles? Must have a big bowl of
Yeah.
vegetable. That I say, what is I have no choice. Okay, people.
because they don't serve you enough
No, it's just
fiber.
noodles and sauce, right? Basically.
Yeah, you don't have enough fiber outside.
So I had like a whole stack of leaves, right? Because I choose lettuce because it's I don't have to cook, no
Yeah.
time. So I just wash and then I just dip in the hot soup and then I eat, right? Like a Vietnamese, right?
Yeah.
And then the hard boiled egg, I just put, I don't know, I just eat. And then people look at me like, this girl is crazy. She having 2 eggs and the 3 chicken breasts and then a bowl of noodles. And then I was thinking, I cannot imagine if it's Anne, it's a disaster. She cannot go out. Every time
Yeah.
I go out, it's so
Yes.
stressful for
It is.
me.
It is.
I feel like,
It's really, you know, when I go out now, like you can see, I don't even eat if I go out. Like I
yeah,
don't
I
even,
just drink black coffee. That's it.
and I told people and they don't get it. I say you don't get it. At the moment I touch anything, I go diarrhea immediately.
It starts from here, right? Not even the stomach, start from here already.
Because when you reset the whole, I call reset because the body really reset. When you reset the whole body, your mouth, which is the saliva, and your tongue is so sensitive. It know exactly what you just eat is toxin for your
It's
body.
not good for you, yes. Even by look, you can
Yeah,
feel it already.
yeah.
Sometimes I look at the, okay, I don't know whether you know this, but I love yellow noodles, the mee pok and the mee kia.
Babe, I like how they love you.
Yeah,
Like,
and then the moment I look at it, I feel my mouth is water, but suddenly my stomach will be like
yeah,
uncomfortable.
yeah,
I haven't eaten yet, I only look, I feel uncomfortable.
yeah,
I was like, okay.
yeah. Your body is so smart. Like
Thanks, Anne.
it's funny the other day, after one and
Thanks,
a half
Anne.
month, I cook instant noodle and Maya will laugh at me. I say, you can eat or not? I tell myself, I say, even I cook, I'm very sure I cannot. But you know, you
You
want to
crave,
test
you
the
crave,
system.
yeah, you
You
crave
want to
it.
test the system. Exactly after I cook one bite, I already speak up. I like, oh my God, my mouth, the flavor will change so much that whatever I used to love,
Now no more already.
I from here already the brain tell me if you're going to swallow this, you're going to run in the toilet 5 times. Are you ready
That's
for
some
that?
kind of warning, right? Tit,
It's
tit, tit,
really,
tit,
it's
tit,
just,
tit.
and that's why I tell people, I say your body is so damn smart. Trust me,
I
people don't get it.
agree.
Your body really,
It's
really,
just that we
really
don't give
smart.
it enough time.
We don't listen to our
Yeah, we
body.
just eat the junk, and then before our body has time to reset, we eat more junk. So
Correct.
that our body is used to it. I
Yeah.
can testify because she's a foodie. I'm a
Yes, I love
foodie.
food.
Okay, I'm a foodie, so okay,
We
let me.
both of us is foodie.
Shall I tell you a funny story about Valentine's Day?
Tell me.
Okay, this is how.
Now we're vulnerable with you guys about our life. Okay, I'm the worst. She not the worst, but
No, I don't have disease touch wood.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
She, her, her organ not as
damaged.
damaged as me.
Because
First of all, I already come from a third world country.
but the nutrient not enough.
I mean, nutrition already not enough. Second, I'm grow up. I work my ass off.
And
That
drink a lot and then work and not enough
yeah,
rest.
and I don't. Basically, I'm a workaholic. Is that called workaholic?
Workaholic.
Yeah, I can work day and night and day and night and
No
midnight
need sleep.
and
So basically, she no need sleep.
yeah, which is already not. So right now, the last 1.5 month is reset. But my goal is until my birthday. I tell myself you have until birthday to reset your
To get
body.
your shit into order.
Yes, and I already feel so much better.
Yeah,
Trust me, I so
she
much better, but not at
the stage you want.
the state I want. Yeah, I think I can go better. And the more I'm going through this, I realize how resilient my body is. That I feel so proud of
It's
the
like a self healing. If you
yeah.
feed it the right things, it
Yeah.
can heal itself.
And now I get it when people say it's a journey because every day I correct one thing in my lifestyle or I throw one thing out or I add one more new thing I'm introducing it.
Her house like after her house like new house now. Interior decoration. She texted me one day said, "Oh Denise, I throwing my sofa away, new sofa." I'm like, "Hey, you just got it less than a year ago. You told me right, I was here
Yes.
when you got it." I was like,
Like
"Huh?"
less than a few
She
months.
said, "I throw it away, but I asked whether you want it." I said, "My house is big enough to put the sofa." I'm sorry. I mean, I want it, but it's just not big enough my house. Okay? So yeah, I didn't take it. Okay, so the funny story. Okay, this is how much of a. I know I've always been a foodie, but it
Yeah.
was at the instant that this incident happened that I realized how much of a foodie I am. Okay, let me tell you, it's happened on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Okay.
Okay, Valentine's Day, everybody giving roses and fun, whatever, right? So what happened was that I was at this place, and then suddenly somebody, is that my phone? And then suddenly somebody says, "Oh, we have a lot of this is what he said. We have a lot of handmade roses. Would you guys like some? You know what I heard? I heard handmade noodles. Okay, so I was like, oh yes, I would like some handmade. I would like some of those. Then after that, this is so embarrassing. Okay, but I'm being vulnerable right now. So I heard handmade noodles. I was very excited. Okay, because I was having fun, and then I was like, oh, I'm a bit hungry. Just nice handmade noodles. So excited. Then after that, the guy went out to get handmade noodles, which I thought is handmade noodles, right? Then he came back with a big paper bag, those brown paper bag where they do food delivery.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, it's a big bag, it's many boxes of handmade noodles for me. And then he take out, it's a handmade rolls. And it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. It's a red ribbon
Yeah.
that they tie they make into a rose. And then it's so difficult because for me I felt my rose squashed down at the moment. I was like, this is not noodle. And then but then I have to, of course I'm grateful, right? And then I have to say, oh thank you, because that rose is so nice. And Valentine's Day, oh thank you. I was like, ugh! And then immediately I can feel my whole body, there's a reaction, when you're so deeply disappointed, your brain just so it was at that precise instant that I have always known I love food, but I don't know I love it that much.
Yeah, addiction.
It's
We
an
are
addiction.
we are addicted so much for food that we don't
Yeah, so
realize.
now it has become a funny story. I was
Yeah.
telling my sister, he said noodles. I said I heard noodles. Then I said, I'm so sad. I don't want the rolls anymore. I want handmade noodles. So now it's like, so after that it got stuck in my brain. Right?
Yeah.
So the handmade noodles. So yeah, that's how much of a foodie I am. But well,
I'm more foodie than that, okay? I'm a Taurus, I tell you.
yeah,
Oh,
we love
food
good food.
food is my life, and now when I have a life like this,
Food is still your life, but just different way.
yeah, I just enjoy. I still eat very good food. Don't get me wrong.
But she cannot eat things like pizza, or French
Yeah,
fries.
just everything I eat. First of all, it have to be gluten free. On top of gluten free, it have to be
Gluten free. Talk about gluten free. I need to complain to the audience. This is gluten free. She feed me. She every time I come here, of course, she feed me good food, and I look forward to it because I know that it's healthy food. It's going to be good for my body,
yeah.
my stomach, and all that. When I came here,
Well, is that true or not? Every time you eat from my house, next day you wake up, you feel
no, I
numb.
don't feel tired after
Yeah.
eating your food.
Yeah,
Does it make sense?
correct.
Like I can eat a lot, but I don't feel tired.
Yeah, you don't feel like sleepy or make you
Yes,
crash.
correct. So
Yeah.
let us now talk about the gluten-free pasta that she served me. When I saw it, I thought I don't know what it was. It's I have to explain to the audience. Okay, the
The
pasta
shell look like a
look like
shell.
shell, but the shell is like what you find on the beach. This big. You can use your hand to hold this big the shell. Okay. I was like, what are those things? At first, I thought it's some kind of new food that she made. Put the meat inside, and then I don't know, they eat like that. No, she said it because it's the only shape they have for gluten-free
Yeah.
pasta.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wow, it is that big. It's a shell, but it's this big. It's like those kind of shell that you would be very excited to find if you were by the beach.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's why we should share. So anyway, yes, that's
But
how
the taste is healthy.
I'm not complaining about taste. I was
Yeah.
just shocked at the at the size of the shell that was served. But it was fun to eat. I mean, I like to eat fun things, so that's good. Anyway, yes. So to be vulnerable, for those of you guys who are curious, because for Anne, you said that vulnerability you train since young, right? But for me, because I'm such a blunt person since young, I was given a lot of disappointment and hurt and whatever that I made it happen because I was too blunt and too vulnerable and too transparent with everybody.
Yeah.
Only experience and time will teach you.
Yeah.
So it's like what you said earlier. When you say something, the person has a certain reaction. Okay, this is the boundary for that person.
Yeah.
I cannot go any deeper.
Yeah.
And that thing only comes with time
Yeah.
and
Only
experience.
pass time and then you will know. So that's how much vulnerable is enough.
Yes, that's it for our vulnerability today. We
Yeah.
will see you guys at the next episode of Spice and Nice. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
I am in the spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. Bye.
That's the conclusion of today.
How
Don't
to
forget
spell
to
it?
like, share, and subscribe.
You are?
I am in the spice.
And the stubborn one. I am Denise the Nice. We will see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Bye.